Welcome, my name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. You can find me at my blog, which is stampingwithhart.blogspot.com. I'll be sure to put up something in the replay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make some simple backgrounds with the stamp set from the Paper Pumpkin kit. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to go through it with you guys briefly. So, and spoiler alert, I am going to show the instructions here. So, this is called the Lots of Pun Paper Pumpkin for December 2021. This is what the cards look like with the designs that the Paper Pumpkin team designed, and they are adorable. But as soon as I saw the stamp set, I wanted to do this because that's just where my brain sort of goes. There are so many stamps in this kit, you guys. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. But if you don't have the Paper Pumpkin kit, you can create this same look with any of your stamp sets that you may have at home that you want to have a theme, whether it's food or fruit or, you know, what have you. So this is the December kit. They did put a little insert in the box for the January 2022 Paper Pumpkin kit. If you want to get signed up for the January 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit, which here we can see a very clear theme here, you can either go to my blog and sign up for Paper Pumpkin, or you can go to paperpumpkin.com and sign up. You do not want to miss this kit. Refills are also available on the December kit now too, as far as I am aware. So when I'm working with alternates, in case you guys don't already know, on the very back of your instructions, they will list all of your kit components so that you can make sure that you have everything that they wanted you to have in your kit. But I always pay attention to the colors, the coordinating colors. So I pulled some re-anchors. Some of them are the actual, coordinating colors that the team members used, the Paper Pumpkin team, and then some are just my own colors. Like I used Cherry Cobbler here. So I just wanted to play with the same theme that they were doing, which was watercolor. So here, there's just this very light hint of watercolor and splatter. So even here, you can see just very soft coloring. So I just immediately thought to myself, I want to try that. Now theirs is a little bit more on the lighter touch side, and we're going to be a little bit more on the bold side. But if you want to do something really subtle, this section here, I used the watercolor pencils. So it was the watercolor pencils and the water painters. And then on this side, I used re-inkers. And of course I didn't use yellow, so ignore that. But I used re-inkers with the water painters. So you can kind of get an idea of how, and you can definitely go more dramatic with your watercolor pencils too. But this was just a really light sort of coloring here with the water and the pencils. And then here we have this really bold look, and I love this one. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, yep, we're going to do that. So I did the cherry. We're going to do half of the bananas together. And then I thought we could do the toast and eggs. I thought that would be cute. So all I'm going to work on tonight, just to try to keep this live a little bit on the shorter side, because I know everybody's busy, is the backgrounds. And then I will create finished card projects and I will get those posted for you. So, and if you guys want to see the cards live next time, just let me know. So, I'm just going to try something a little bit different tonight. But if anybody in the future is like, hey, I don't care if it's a long live, just do the cards live with me, just let me know that and I'll be happy to do that. So I have the right ink tonight, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to be using the Stays On ink, which is safe to use when you're watercoloring. We're also going to be using the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. This is available in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, the annual catalog, as is the Stays On ink. I don't know the specific page number, but I'll put it up in the replay. But I love this paper. You get 10 sheets per pack, and you can create some really cool layouts. And of course, cut them up however you want to do. So I'm going to do the re-inkers with the water painters on the live. But just know you can use your watercolor pencils too, which so much fun. I have to do watercolor pencils with Connor. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. And I absolutely adore these sentiments. I am going to do a background with all of the words, but I'm not going to do that tonight. So I will try to control how much I do. All right, so ignore the colors of my water painters. I got them running clear. So if you've never used the water painters before, you get 3 to a set. I have 2 with me here today. The third one is in my kitchen, but I didn't grab it in time. That's okay. So there's a little section here that says push. So you can control, you just fill this part of your brush with water, and then you can put your cap on and off. And then when you want to release more water, you simply squeeze here. You just push in. So it's really easy to use them. I'm going to use my blocks, some of the clear blocks tonight for some of the ink for my re-inkers. And then you could choose whatever colors you wanted. Pool Party, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade. Those are colors, coordinating colors in the kit. The color that I went rogue with was Cherry Cobbler, but this is Granny Apple Green. And then all of this background here is Pool Party in varying intensity. So I'm going to get a little more Pool Party right now. I decided to do the Pool Party section, like the fill part, before I went back and did the bananas. So I'm going to do the same thing here on the live. So what I'm going to do is just put down a couple of drops of Pool Party, and these will wash off your clear blocks. Use as much as you're comfortable with. And then I already stamped, but you'll stamp in your stays on. Okay, and then we're going to do our re-inker. So you can see they're different size tips. I'm going to use the middle size tip for the background. And then I'm just going to squeeze my water painter to get some water on the block too, just in case you guys haven't tried this yet, and you will love this technique. If you guys do this a lot, let me know in the comments. Oh, and if you guys have any good puns, put that in the comments too. I asked, Patrick is the one who loves the puns in this house. And I asked him for a good pun, and he said, it's a winter punderland. So there you go. There's ours. So now I'm just sort of mixing the water and the Pool Party. So I'm going to leave kind of like an intense drop in the back, and we're going to kind of mix some color here. And then let me get some scrap paper. Okay. Let me do this side. All right. So just gonna get any excess water off. You don't want your brush to be like sopping wet. We want to get some color on there, and then we're just gonna put it down here. And it's okay. I'm just gonna kind of do like a wiggle pattern, and you'll see it gets lighter as you go, and you can just keep dabbing your water. But I love this look because you can go back and you can layer, and it kind of looks like a sketch. But I just thought it was really pretty. So I'm not even squeezing on this. I'm literally just coloring now with the wet tip, and I'm just going around my bananas. So nothing too crazy here. And then once I kind of get around a banana, I'm going to get a little more of that bold color again, and then do some coloring there, and then it starts to blend in with those lighter edges. And I just thought that that was so cool. I just love that look. So this is nice and easy coloring, in my opinion. If you've never tried it before, you know, give yourself some grace and get used to it, but it's really not hard to do at all. If you get any on the banana, it's okay, because you're going to be using the yellow to color in the banana too. So you just repeat this process until you're happy with your background. Okay, so then the next color we're going to use, and I still have some on here, I'm going to use my smaller tip here. Let me see. I'm going to get a little bit of water on this one. So I'm squeezing my water painter until you guys can see there's a drop on the block here. So with this, I definitely want to have some varying intensity of yellow, and I'll show you why. So I kind of have the drop and the color meeting in the middle. You can test this over here. I think this is fine. And we're going to start coloring in our banana. So this side I colored earlier. You can see where these lines are on the banana, like right around that peel where we start to break it off and peel at the stem. I wanted to make it a little bit darker. So that is Daffodil Delight without any water. So you just make sure that your tip is really dry, and then you go right for the intense color ink. Get some on the tip there so it's almost like a pen. And then you just trace the lines. And that's all we're doing there. And then we have ourselves a nice, simple background. And here it's a little bit light, but we're gonna cut this up for, you know, several different card bases. So I think that, you know, however you wanna cut this, I would probably do half and half, and then layer it. So before I move on to my next one, we'll build one out together. But I'm gonna grab a card base here. So if you're doing it the way that the paper pumpkin instructions will show you how to assemble it exactly as the pieces come in your kit. And I do like to show that too. I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'll do that in a separate video. But think about using the other side. You know, you can cut this in half, you can make this a layer. Or if you do have some of our products already, because some people start with paper pumpkin, and if this is all you have, you can make so much work out of this. If you have the Daffodil Delight cardstock, you could use that as a layering piece. But look at that. Look at how cute that is. Or if you would want to kind of cut that in half and have that be half of the card, and then have your, you know, your vellum embellishment here. So, so cute. How perfect is this? Oh my goodness, cutest card ever. So I love themes like this where it's really nice and bold, but just, you know, you can extend the life of your paper pumpkin kit just with your stamp set. All right, so let's do the toast. So in your paper pumpkin kit, Early Espresso is what I like to call like basically the star of the show. So it's like your major color for your kit. And then here, look at how soft the toast looks. So I couldn't find my re-inker for Early Espresso, and you can like dab onto your ink pad. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to substitute with soft suede if you guys don't mind. But let me get a little bit of color with soft suede. And we're not going to need this right now. We're going to do our stamping first, but just so that you have some. Okay, and then I thought yes, I do have it. I do have it. All right. And I think the size of these is 5 by 7, these fluid watercolor paper sheets. So this way, you don't have to worry about, you know, your paper warping like it is over here if it's wet. These are made for water. All right, so I'm gonna get my StazOn ink, and this is in Jet Black. All right. And we're going to do a combination of the toast and the eggs. So I'm going to go in. And the one thing I forgot to tell you, on the two that I did of the fruits, everything's going in the same direction. So it's kind of in an angle, but everything is facing the same way. Same with the bananas. Everything's going in the same direction, because you could do them, you know, upside down and all around if you want to. But for these backgrounds, I thought I would do this where everything's kind of going in that same direction. So let me take a look at this real quick. I think I'm going to do every other one. right, I'm going to keep my eggs on the light side with the yellow, just nice and bright, just like that. I think that's adorable. Now I'm going to clean this off because I'm also going to use the smaller brush tip for our soft suede. And I'm going to get a little bit of water going here. I wanted to get the yellow off of it first. And then let's just start pulling out some of the brown. So I definitely want to lighten this up. I'm going to test this out because I haven't tried brown yet. We don't want burnt toast. We want good toast, right? So let's just take a look at this compared to the die cuts. So die cuts are pre-printed, which means Paper Pumpkin does all the work with these. So I'm going to grab a piece of toast and I'm going to grab an egg, and let's see theirs versus our coloring here. And let me know what you guys think of that. That's pretty close, right? That's not too bad. I think I have a little burnt edge. My toast is a little bit burnt on the edges, but so cute. All right, so let me bring in all three of these, and let me just bring in those card bases one more time, just so you guys can get an idea. So here's that pop of Granny Apple Green that we have on this card. All right, so this, for example, would be a perfect layer or tie-in for the cherry if you would want to use the card layer that way. And then for this one, this card base would be absolutely perfect for both our eggs and toast and also for our bananas. I know I showed it before, but I wanted to show it again because I'm not going to actually like do the physical cutting out of the things tonight. But I will be sure to, you know, finish these up, take some good pictures for you guys, and I'll get this up on the blog. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. I will go through all of the contents of the Paper Pumpkin kit. We'll do some more alternates after Christmas, if you guys are cool with that. I'm off to do my last minute shopping. Have a very Merry Christmas.